I must say that I share most of the views that have been highlighted here by Maktar, because there are really two critical areas in our view, in our own experience. One is in the capacity building area, and the other one is in the financing. Now, in the capacity building area, we see so many times promoters coming to us saying, I have a project. And actually, when you read the document they bring to you, your understanding is that it's not a project, but simply an idea. Mm-hmm. Because before you move to a project, you need to do a proper feasibility study, and not a feasibility study for, let's say, development financing, but feasibility study that could be attractive to an investor. And if it is attractive to an investor, then it will be attractive to a bank. That's the first point. So there is a need here to develop capacity in that area, project preparation. Inside the banks too, we have issues of capacity building. You know, it takes a lot of technical approach to mitigate risk in project financing. And it's not the standard business of commercial banks. So our experience is that when a project like that comes, it's most of the time a learning process for the commercial bankers. And because they don't have the time to learn, they just rather put that kind of project away and deal with the standard bread and butter short-term commercial loans. So that's an area where I think with the help of the World Bank, we could cooperate and develop capacity in risk identification and also risk mitigation. It is quite critical. In the area of financing, like I said earlier, when you look at commercial banks' balance sheet in Africa, most of the time, they are short-term. So if you're talking about project financing, you talk about PPPs and the like, you need medium-term to long-term money. And that is usually not available in our bank. I look at our recent experience with the privatization in the electricity sector in Nigeria. Many of those who were coming with those projects, we had really to coach them and support them in the presentation and the preparation of their offers. So there are areas like this which I believe we would need to build capacity. And I'm pleased also to see that we are trying to emphasize more on intra-Africa, because that's an area, and when you see the success of the Orascom or the Dangote of this world, this is, I think, an area that we need to continue to push. So I will be short on that because, as I mentioned to you, I have a few other engagements. So thank you for listening.
Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.